Okay, this is NESARA neutralizes Bush's continued robbery through executive orders. December 20, 2008. I found this off of NESARA.us, that is NESARA.us/pages NESARA.us/dov rpts08/December_20_2008.htm. Okay, I'll just put the hyperlink up on your left-hand side. Actually, I think it's that way. No, it's that way. Out there, underneath. Thank you, White Knights. In the more info, you see your hyperlink, which goes direct to this article. So if you want to read it instead of listening to me, then do that. Now the article goes, "Hello, dear friends and White Knights." And you know where I got White Knights from. Some of you may have been watching with dismay as Bush, a never-elected squatter in the White House, continues to rape and pillage the USA through his created financial crisis and his daily stream of executive orders. The reasons we are not seeing the banks beginning to make loans and refinancing mortgages is because, 1, the Basel II banking regulations, which came from the old Illuminati men who run the central banks of the US and Europe, including Greenspan, who met to develop a set of regulations which require the banks to hold more cash and do less loans. Basel II was implemented in the summer of 2008, and gradually the US banks looked worse because a new measuring stick was being applied to measure the bank's financial health. So what did Bush do? He created the financial crisis of the US banks with this new, never talked about measuring stick, and he got $800 billion from Congress. Bush and the Illuminati owned Federal Reserve and Illuminati Treasury Secretary Paulson have been giving cash to the banks in order to comply with the Illuminati-created Basel II and to harmonize with the Illuminati-created Central Bank of the European Union. By the way, there was no problem with Washington Mutual Bank. However, as part of consolidating more power in fewer hands, the executives at Washington Mutual worked with JP Morgan Chase Bank executives to help JP Morgan to take over Washington Mutual in order to increase Chase's number of branches and customers in the USA. All of the takeovers were arranged before the financial crisis of 2008. All of this is happening to consolidate more power and wealth in fewer Illuminati hands. 2. The Bush government and their Illuminati allies in the banks and investment firms are stealing for their Illuminati use about half the $800 billion bailout and all of the $2 trillion the Fed funneled to the banks. It has always been the plan for the Illuminati to steal every dime of wealth they can from the USA before they finish destroying the US. Bad Bush executive orders. Another headline. This week, Bush issued an especially venal executive order which would allow anyone in the healthcare industry, including a doctor, a pharmacist, a receptionist in a medical office, or a clerk in a pharmacy to impose their bigoted, wrong-minded beliefs to stop a patient from receiving medical care and drugs. For example, if an AIDS patient goes into a pharmacy to get a life-sustaining prescription, the pharmacist or the clerk in the pharmacy personally believes that AIDS is a punishment from God, that person can refuse to fill the prescription. This abominable pandering by Bush to the worst attitudes of the fanatics of the right will be totally wiped out by NESARA. In a sense, what Bush is doing is encouraging the worst attitudes of a misguided fanatics out of their ignorance to harm others. God did not have anything to do with the creation of AIDS, nor the spread of AIDS, which was spread by vaccines given to certain populations in the US and in other countries. One of my personal contacts has spoken with a woman doctor who worked for the CIA on the project team who created the AIDS virus in a laboratory. She later realized the true agenda of the government in developing AIDS. She fled her position with the CIA and has been in hiding for about 20 years. Bush is also raping some of the natural resources in federal lands. In another of his executive orders, allows previously protected federal land to be exploited for oil and coal companies by his buddies in the energy industry. The good news is that NESARA will stop all of this. In addition, the Illuminati will not enjoy the spoils of their ruthless pillage. NESARA is quietly moving forward. One day NESARA will rise upon the face of the earth and shall destroy forever the Illuminati and even their allies from other places. NESARA will pay off all US bank debts, and that will give many people better futures. Best wishes for the holidays, NESARA now. Blessings and love, Dove of Oneness, Executive Director and International NESARA Take Action Teams. So, if you want more from me on White Knight's actions and the sort, just go to my channel at youtube.com/thankyouwhitenights.